Hello and a very, very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much, as always, for joining me in this next episode of our second series in the Influence of Time series that I'm currently running. So as always, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Influence of Times, and thank you for joining me and for taking some time out of your Saturday, out of your weekend, to watch me as we now embark on our next episode in the second series that I'm currently running. So to everybody who's watching this live broadcast, whether you're watching this live broadcast right now live on Facebook, or whether you are watching this live broadcast later today on Facebook, or even if you're watching it on our YouTube channel, a very special warm welcome to you. And as always, it's my pleasure and an absolute joy to have your company as we now take a look at our next location. And if I stand to one side, and you can probably tell just by looking behind me, that we are in fact indeed at our next location. So thank you so much for tuning in and for watching, and I do hope that, as always, that you will find, as with all the episodes of Influence of Times, I do hope that you will find this episode as interesting or as fascinating as the rest of them. Now, for those of you that are watching for the very first time, if you are watching this live broadcast now, or on Facebook at later today, or at another time, or on our YouTube channel, and you're watching this live broadcast for the very first time, this is the first broadcast of Influence of Times that you've ever watched, a very special warm welcome to you, and thank you so much for joining me. And hopefully you will subscribe, and hopefully you'll watch more of the episodes that I've done in the past, but hopefully you'll join in and watch more of the live episodes as and when we do them in this next series that we're currently doing. And if you are interested, for those of you that are watching for the first time, if you are interested and you'd like to know more, there are 4 very easy steps that you can take to catch up and keep up to date with Influence of Times on the go. And it's dead easy. All you have to do is simply join our Facebook page. If you go to a Facebook page, or to your Facebook page, and simply search for Influences of Times, you can join the Facebook page. It doesn't cost anything, it's free, and you can watch all the live episodes, and you can scroll through all the posts and the photographs and the information about each individual place and location that we've currently covered so far in the series, including today's, at your leisure. Alternatively, if you, obviously that's, rather than scroll through all the different posts, you can do it a much easier way. You can join, or should I say, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, all you have to do is go to YouTube and subscribe, or should I say search for Influence of Times, subscribe to the channel, and you can watch all 31 episodes, including today's, at your leisure. You can watch all of them if you like, or you can just watch the ones that takes your fancy, or the ones that you find interesting. Whichever way, you can watch them at your leisure. You can also follow us on our Influence of Times blog. Now, bearing in mind that our blog is our newest social media outreach or outlet, and so obviously I'm currently in the process of updating it, so to speak. So it is a little bit behind. So if you want to keep really up to date, then obviously Facebook and YouTube is your best option. However, don't be put off, because I am updating the blog as well, and all you have to do is go to your search engine and type in influenceoftimes.blogspot.co.uk, and you can find the Influence of Times blog, and on there will be photographs that I've uploaded from the various locations. Now, bearing in mind, I don't know how many photographs are on there, but it is a little bit behind. Okay, so the photographs that are on there at the moment are the locations that we've covered so far in the last series. And if you are interested, so you can go onto the blog and you can basically just have a look at the photographs, and each photograph, there's a little paragraph about what each photograph is looking at and everything else. So if you're interested, you can go to a blog, or you can go to a website. If you type in all the W's .candronephotography.co.uk, you can have a look at the website. Obviously, Candrone Photography is all the aerial photography that I've done. However, on the homepage is a heading saying Influence of Times, and there is a designated page to the Influence of Times series, and on there will be all 32, including today's, all 32 locations, with all the photographs and all the information about each place where possible. So it's all there. So it's 4 easy ways. You've got Facebook, YouTube, blog, website. So you can take your pick, but that's what you can do. So watching today, so here we are at our next place. Now, if you have been sort of keeping up to date on our Facebook page, you will know that a couple of days ago I put 2 posters, or 2 kind of like events, if you like. Now, the first one was this one here, and the next one we'll talk a little bit at the end of this broadcast. I'm very pleased to say, as you can tell, and as I've already mentioned, that we are indeed at our next location. So as always, what I'm going to do is just give you a little brief kind of brief indication about where we am, and then I'll give you some historical information, and then we will go and check out this next place. Now, I did say on the poster, or the event that I put about this location, that it was, I think I put it was, I don't know if I put it was a Tudor house, but basically this is what's left of a Tudor house. So first of all, where am we? Well, we're a couple of miles away from Birmingham. In fact, we're in Derbyshire, so we're just north of Birmingham, and we're now in Derbyshire. And we're a couple of miles away from Derby. In fact, not that far away at all, probably just a couple of miles away from Derby itself. And we're near a very small place called Amblegate. And this place behind me is what's left of a Tudor mansion, and it is completely, totally abandoned and derelict in the middle of nowhere. And it's currently I wouldn't say in the centre, but it's actually in Shining Woods, and Shining Woods is literally just a few minutes walk away from Amblegate. In fact, Amblegate is just kind of over there by a couple of minutes, and this is what's left of the Tudor mansion. So what I'm going to do now, I'll just give you a bit of kind of historical information, and then we shall go and have a look. So without further ado, welcome to episode 32 of series 2, and to this place. This is Oakhurst Mansion, Tudor Mansion, near Amblegate in Derbyshire. So there's a little bit, like I said, a little bit of information, and then we'll go and check out and have a look inside. Okay, so this mansion was built in 1824. That's when it was built, and it was built for the purpose of a gentleman named Francis Hurt, and he had a wireworks company, or a wireworks kind of factory, if you like, not far away from here. And he actually built this mansion so that he could allow his 3 unmarried daughters to move into this mansion, so that he could have the space and, if you like, the seat free in the hall. I can't remember what the name of the hall is called, but there's a hall, or was a hall, not far away from this Tudor house. And so he built and had this mansion designed and built so that his 3 unmarried daughters could move in, so that he could have, like I said, the chair, because he was almost like he was like in a line, like the reign of a heir, not like a throne, like a king or anything like that, but he was the heir to something. So he wanted his daughters to move into this mansion so that he could have the space in the hall for his reign, because he was the heir for something. Okay, but it doesn't really specify what, but he was the next heir for something, or in line in heir for something. Okay, so that's why this mansion was built. Now, his 3 daughters never actually moved into here, and basically what happened is, in something like I can't remember the exact date, if it was 1880 or somewhere in the 1800s, his 3 daughters never actually moved into this mansion. So this mansion was bought by another gentleman, and he bought the mansion and continued to use it while Francis Hurt was still in the hall and that kind of thing. So Francis Hurt and this other gentleman kind of had partnership in this wireworks company, so to speak. Now, this mansion was used right up until the 1970s, so it was actually used for quite a long time. So even though the 3 daughters never moved, unmarried daughters didn't actually move into this mansion, the gentleman, I can't remember the name of him now. I wish I could remember, but sometimes when I do live broadcast, my mind just goes blank. I've literally tried to memorise everything in a couple of minutes, but I can't remember his name. Anyway, I'll put his name on later anyway for you. So he took over this property and continued to live in it and use it and that kind of thing up until 1970s. The company continued to run as well. Now, in the 1970s, this mansion was actually turned into flats. Okay, so it was actually turned into flats, and they were lived in for quite a while. Sorry, I think I might have got there. It was people. These were used as flats up until the 1970s. Bear with me. So, in the 1800s, early 1900s, in the late 1800s, early 1900s, in the 19th and 20th century, this was converted from the mansion into flats, and people moved in and lived in the flats in this mansion until 1970. In 1970, that's when the company in other words, the wireworks became kind of deteriorated. I don't think it went bankrupt, but it kind of deteriorated in a way, and so the company closed down. The wireworks company closed down. around about the same time, in the 1970s, is when the flats that were here kind of stopped being used. So it's just been abandoned and derelict since the 1970s, but it was also because the mansion itself was deteriorating and kind of falling apart, so to speak, and that's kind of what's happened. So just to kind of recap and clarify, so this Tudor mansion, was built in 1824 by a man named Francis Hurt. The purpose of building this mansion was so that he could move his 3 unmarried daughters into here while he worked in his company, which was the Wire Works, and so that he could have the space in his own house, which was a hall not far away from here, because he was the heir in line for in something. Like I said, I can't remember what, but he was the heir for something in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So in the 19th and 20th century, this Tudor mansion was converted from a mansion into flats, and people lived in the flats in this property until the 1970s, and roughly about that time, which is when the Wireworks company deteriorated and kind of fell apart and closed, and at the same time this mansion began to deteriorate and fall apart and everything else, and that's when the people who lived in the flats moved out. So it's been abandoned since then. So it's been abandoned 1890 for about 30-40 years, and that's what's left of it. So that's the information. Like I said, sometimes it's so frustrating. When I do a live broadcast, I try and remember everything, and I try and remember it all in the order, and sometimes it just gets a bit confusing sometimes. But hopefully you got the gist of it anyway. All right, so hopefully. So that's kind of all the information there is about the place. However, it's a fascinating thing to think that this was built in 1824. That's a long time. So we're talking, what, 100 and, I don't know, just short of 200 years old. So we're talking, what, 160, 170 years old, something like that. So that's the information about this place. So how's about I pick you up? I'm just going to kind of close the legs a little bit, and then we're going to have a look. So let me just pick you up, and you can have a proper look in a minute. So just bear with me, because I just need to close the bottom legs. Just bear with me 1 second. Hopefully you can see something. And we're going to have a look. Oh, there we go. Almost done. And the reason why I have to do it is because if I don't, the tripod would be too short. So I have to kind of extend the legs for you to see me properly, but then I always have to kind of close them before we're going to have a look. But let me just show you. I'm going to show you kind of where we am, and you can have a look in a minute. So this is currently where we am. So we're in the middle of a forest. So this is Shining Woods. This is Shining Woods. So this is where this mansion is. So it's just in the middle. So you can see Amblegate is kind of over that way, well, the start of it anyway. You can just see it in the distance. And if you look behind me, that is the mansion. That's the Tudor mansion, or what's left of it. So you can see it. You can see it's quite big. Okay? So that's the Tudor mansion. Now, you'll have to bear with us. Okay, now, I'm going to keep my tripod with me all the time, because it's I think it's just easier. Now, I will warn you that there isn't... I wouldn't say there's nothing left to see, but it's a little bit deceiving. It looks like there's a lot, because obviously it's a big property. You can see it's a mansion just by the size of the exterior walls. But if you you're going to kind of have to bear with us in a way, because inside there is rooms and that kind of thing, but a lot of it has been demolished. Now this has probably got to be the most derelict, abandoned and demolished property that I've ever broadcast and ever visited from. There's debris and there's bricks and ceiling material and wood and all sorts. Okay, so I'll show you everywhere. Okay, and what we will do is at the end of the broadcast, I'll take it upstairs, and I'm going to have to climb a little bit, and I'm only going to be able to show you a couple of the rooms, because a lot of the ceilings have completely collapsed, and you'll see that when we go into the property anyway. But I will show you a couple of the rooms upstairs, just to give you an idea of what the rooms look like. I don't want to say too much, because I want you to have a look, but it is a little bit deceiving, so you're going to have to bear with me. Okay, there is a lot of debris, and it's in a really bad state. Okay, really bad state, which you can imagine anyway. But we're kind of at the side of it. This is kind of like the side. So let's go round the front. Okay, so I'm just going to take you around the front now, and we'll go and have a look. So we're just walking kind of up to the mansion now, and I just want to show you the front of it so that you can see for yourself just how big this property is. Okay, take a look behind me. this is the mansion. I mean, look at it. It is massive, and you can see it's typical Tudor style by the black and white there, which I think is just. I mean, it's fascinating. It's like I said, it's a big mansion, and in its heyday, it would have been. I don't know. It just would have been amazing. But if I just show, if I give you another look, so that's where we've come from, which is where we're going to go. If I just show you, so you can just see what's left of it. But look at that. So you can get an idea, can't you? You can really get an idea of the scale. It's a massive Tudor mansion. I mean, that is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's a huge, huge mansion. So let's go and have a look inside. Let's go and check it out. Now, I'm not going to be able to tell you exactly what all the rooms were. Okay, I can only give you a rough idea, but I'm not going to be able to tell you what all the rooms were because it's in such a bad state that it's impossible to tell. So you're going to kind of have to bear with me in a way. I was just going to go through this way. Now, as always, I've taken lots of photographs, both outside and inside. So all the photographs, along with the information, the correct information, in the right order, will be on Facebook. And sorry, I thought I heard something in. Will be on Facebook and the website later today or at some point over the next couple of days. Okay, so I've taken lots of photographs, but this is what it looks like now. So we're at the side of it. You can see how it goes just up behind me there. So what we're going to do, let's just go this way, and I'll show you. And like I said, we've got to be quite careful. And you can see just by look, you see. It's in a really bad state. Like I say, it's quite deceiving when you see it from the outside. You think, wow. But when you get inside, it's just absolutely, completely demolished. As you would expect it to be anyway. Sometimes you go to abandoned places and, I don't know, they somehow manage to, I suppose through human intervention and everything else, sometimes you go to an abandoned place and they're quite intact. But this has got to be the most abandoned place, and it really is in a bad state. So we're just kind of at the side of it, really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around this way, and then we'll go inside in a minute. But I just want to give you a look around the outside first, so you can get an idea. Now, I'm not going to go any further, but just take a look behind me. Obviously, so it goes all the way down there. But look at the big old bay windows. Beautiful big bay windows. Sorry, I don't know if you can see on the camera, there is lots of those tiny little dandelion fluffy white bits. So if you see any little white bits floating past, that's what it is. But there's absolutely hundreds of things in the air, and they keep sticking to me, so I keep getting them on my face and everything else. And they keep tickling me. So if you're wondering if that's what it is. But if you see little tiny white things, that's what it is. But you can see you see them all? Look, there, look, see it? There's hundreds and hundreds of them. Absolutely hundreds of them. I've been tickling my face all day. So there's the big bay one. So that's looking, this is kind of like the rear of the mansion. And it comes up this way. And it comes up to there. So it's a massive mansion. When I got here, I was like, wow. It is impressive. It really is impressive. But it's just such a shame that it's in such a bad state inside. And you'll see for yourselves in a minute as we start looking around. But we'll go into all the different rooms. So again, like I said, we're back at the side. So if you look behind me, you've got that beautiful original. I mean, look at these massive windows, bay windows. That obviously would have been a doorway just there. And look at that. You've still got the original stone just there, look. It looks like a JJ and something else. Maybe a B or something, I don't know. That looks like, I don't know, it's not a crest, but you can see it's like the original stone just there. But to me that looks like a J and a smaller J and another letter through the middle, like a B or something. But it's just incredible, look at it. That would have been upstairs. But it's just massive. I mean, it's bigger than the Cambridge mansion. It's just extraordinary. Let me just give you a look. So you can. Well, now we're going to go in there in a minute, so we'll go in from the other way. But look how abandoned and derelict it is in there. So you can see there's just debris everywhere. But it's such a shame. It's quite sad, really, because like I said, from the outside, it's still got all the original Tudor. You can see it, like the beams and the woodwork and everything else, and it's a real shame because it's just right here in the middle of this forest, tucked away, and just left from. I mean, you can see Mother Nature has just totally taken over. These massive trees growing out from underneath it. It's such a shame. But you can see, look. So it's just huge, massive. So, how's about we go and have a look inside? And you've got like all the bluebells and stuff growing around it. It's in a beautiful place, but it's just, like I said, it's just such a shame. So here we am. Now, like I said, you can see how abandoned it is, but you can see how this bay window has totally collapsed. That's where it used to be in comparison to the other one. But you can see how it's fallen and it's now there on the floor in big pieces. So that's what's left of it. So let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look inside. So now, like I said, I'm not going to be able to tell you which room we're in, and because it's in such an abandoned and derelict state, it's impossible for me to tell you. It really is. I can literally just show you. Okay, so we're in this room. I don't know what room, but we're in a room. I think that this is more of the living quarters of the mansion because the rooms are bigger, and I just think that this would have been more of the living quarters, but it's impossible to tell you what room we're in because I just don't know. Let me just give you a look about so you can see. So if you look on the floor, you can see how the ceiling or the roof has just totally collapsed. It's just fallen. And if I show you up, you can see, so that's what's left of the beams. That would have been the ceiling, and you see the chimney, or one of them, and you can see obviously upstairs would have been up there, but you can see how bad it is. So I don't know what room this would have been in. What room this would have been, I don't know. It's impossible for me to say. But the bit that we're in now is probably the most abandoned and derelict bit. It's kind of a bit better as we go further along, but this is probably the worst part. So that the better part is like the end that I showed you, you know, the black and white beams and stuff. That's kind of like the better end, even though that's still abandoned and derelict. But this end here, so I'm wondering if this is maybe the oldest bit. I don't know why, for instance, this has suffered more abandonment than the other end. I don't know. So maybe this was older than that end. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know, unless it's just the way it's... Maybe it's just the direction in which the building is demolishing. Maybe it has to start from one end or from one area and it just works its way. I really don't know, guys. I have no idea. But, yeah, let me just give it... I'm going to give it... I'll tell you what, I'm going to go here. Give it another look about. So, okay, so you've got, like, the doorways. I mean, you can see that because it's so abandoned and derelict, there's so much stuff on the floor, debris. The doorways are a bit smaller than what they normally would be, but we've got the doorways into the different rooms. So you've still got, like, you can see your beams running across there. But, I mean, look, guys, that would have been upstairs. That would have been upstairs. Now, I believe there was 2, possibly 3 floors. Now, I think there were 2 floors on this bit. The other end, I think there were 3 floors. Yeah, possibly, or maybe even 2. I don't know. So there might have been 3 floors here, and the only reason why I say that is because if I show you, you've got your ground floor, you've got first floor, and all right, your second floor. Then, so maybe another floor would have been there, running across there like that. So that would have been the very top. So you had rooms in the roof, but you can see, look, the massive floor beams are still there, but it's just all fallen onto the floor. You've got like, the doorways are still there, but they've been bricked up, but you've got your original doorway still there. And some of the original windows and tiling still there as well. And you've got your like your pipe work. But it's impossible to tell you guys what room would have been which. I have no idea. But look at the state of upstairs. It's in such a bad way. So it's quite, you can probably appreciate it's quite misleading when you look outside and you think, wow, but when you come in, it's just, I don't know, it's just completely abandoned. Okay, so here we've walked through the door. You know, we've kind of walked through there. So that was, so you had like a brick wall there. So obviously there was a partition. So you had like a big living room or a big room at the front, or not the front, at the side there. You had like a doorway which came in to his. This may have been a passageway. If your doorway there, a little passageway, and there may well have been some stairways somewhere in this area, or may not. Maybe the stairway was, maybe there was only one set of stairs that led all upstairs. I don't know. I don't know how these were built, so I don't know if there were 2 flights of steps or stairs or 1. I don't know. But it's typical of a mansion. You know, you've obviously got all the living quarters downstairs. I can't even tell you guys how many bedrooms there would have been. I would imagine, I'm going to speculate and say, what, 8 to 10, maybe more. I mean, there's a lot of rooms, and I'm going to show you all up. I'm not going to, obviously I can't take you up there, but I can let you look upstairs. There is a lot of rooms, both downstairs and upstairs. So I would have said there's at least, there must be, yeah, at least 5, 8, maybe 10 bedrooms upstairs. Which you can probably appreciate anyway just by looking outside and looking at the size of the building. It's just, you know, and I'm hoping that you can kind of see how big this building is, but maybe it's not doing it justice, but this mansion is a mansion. It's massive. I mean, I'm even though it's in a really bad state, I mean, it's beyond, you can't do anything with this place. There's no question about it. This mansion will now stay like this until the day it either gets pulled down or it just falls down. There's nothing you can do with this mansion, and it's such a shame to think that it was built in 1824 and it's been left, and this is what it looks like today, you know, on the, what we're looking at, the 13th of May 2017. This is what it looks like, and it's never going to change. It'll be pulled down or flattened, or it's just going to fall down. It's such a shame. So we've come through this little doorway into another room. This is how it's going to be, guys. I'm afraid it's just another room. So you can see how upstairs you had, obviously there would have been another ceiling. You can see the holes in the wall. So you had like oh, there's little things on my face. So you've got a little window, possibly a doorway there. I said doorway. Well, yeah. So you might have had a balcony. I'm just looking under there. There's like a little bit of daylight. So there may have been a balcony. So you might have had a bedroom door, which would have led out onto a little balcony, which would have brought you out on top of the bay windows downstairs. But you can see how the ceiling, or the roof, is just totally gone. Totally gone. See, there's the doorway. So that's the doorway into this bedroom above us. So I say a bedroom, it may not have been, it could be anything. But you can see how the wooden floor beams have just collapsed, and that's what's on the floor. Just ferns and flowers and moss. But yeah, this is what's left. I'm standing on the flooring of upstairs. Now I'm literally just, I don't know if you can see it, literally just standing on it. See it? But yeah, that's what's left. So it's the doorway. So that's the doorway into the room. That's the flooring. You've got this massive gap. I don't know what's happened there. I don't know if it's, I don't know. I don't know if the property has slightly shifted, or why there's a gap between like that. I don't know if maybe that, obviously that would have been joined, but I don't know, would it have just been one big wall, or whether, like I said, it's shifted or moved. I don't know, but you've got that gap, look, running between there and there. So I've never seen it before, I don't know. But this is all that's left. So I'll give you one last look, so you can have a look. can see it. So that's it. That's all that's left. Most of the rooms are like this. In fact, this is probably a good room. Most of the rooms are, you can't even tell. Shall I show you? Have a look up there. Oh, have a look up there. Look at that. That's upstairs. So you've got what? How many? I mean, you've got what? One door there. Let's have a look. You've got one door. You've got a couple of windows up there. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm standing in a little room. So we've come from there, and we've been in the room behind you. I'm just in this little square room. So let's walk through here. So we've now come into this little, so we've walked through that doorway, and we're now in this next bit. I mean, we're in a tiny, tiny room. So if I just show you this tiny little bit here. But have a look behind me. Look. So you can see the roof, and you can see what's left of doors and windows. Looks like I've got some company. Yeah, I've got some company. You alright? Oh yeah?
Alright.
You're alright, I'm just having a little look about as well.
Yeah.
It's an amazing place.
It is.
It's such a shame it's been left like this.
Do you know the story of it?
A little bit, yeah. I've done a little bit of research, so yeah. Yeah, but wow.
Yeah, this is probably about the third, fourth time I've been here, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is. Have you been in the factories up there?
No, but I was looking earlier. They're literally just down by there.
So if you go out into that side, so if you go that way,
Mm-hmm.
there's a road that leads down and round.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go that way, you go not far, and there's a piece of fence, and you can go straight down between them.
Okay.
There's a new one that's opened up. First time we've seen it open,
Yeah.
and that's that looks like a quality control testing centre.
Okay. Okay.
So been in that one today, and then there's the workers' cottages that are much further up.
Right.
You can get round all of them now.
Oh, I might have a little look afterwards. All right, I'm just going to have another look about. Oh, let's go around this way. Oh. Wow. It's just crazy. Look at that here. An idea. It's mad. I don't think it's anything down. Let's have a look around here. Okay, so I've brought you this way because obviously we've got some of the people doing their own kind of photography and stuff, so I've kind of brought you this way a little bit, so we'll go and have a look at the rest of it in a minute. So it's not very often you meet other people doing the same thing as me. Obviously they're not documenting it the same, but so you could probably, I have no idea who that is, but you probably heard he's been here a couple of times, 3 or 4 times, and he was just telling me that there's actually some factories and some cottages not far away from here, which I did read about but I'm not quite sure if we're going to cover that today because I really wanted to just do this mansion house really. But I've come away just to give him a bit of privacy. He's climbing over there. So I brought you to this bit. We'll have a good look at that in a minute. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so I've brought you into this section here. Now, like I said, we'll go back to where we were in a minute, but I just thought I'd give them a bit of privacy, and obviously I want a bit of privacy as well. So, if I just show you, I think this is like a courtyard. If you look behind me, I think this is like a courtyard because it's open and there's no sign of any roof above it. So I think this was like a courtyard area. And then you've got rooms this way. Now I have no idea what these rooms were used for. I don't know. Now I have brought my torch and I'm going to show you in a minute. But we've got 3 kind of rooms in this section here. So I'm just going to show you, and then you can have a look for yourselves. So take a look behind me. So this is the first room. I don't know if you can see. There's not much in there. You've got like this. I'll just take you in here. You can have a look. So you've also got like the window that's been boarded up. Then you've got like these little tables, like little kind of like brick tabley things. So this is what's in this room. It's only a small room, but I have no idea what this room would have been used for. I don't know. I have no idea. It's not a very big room, so I don't know. It could have been used for anything. And then next to it, we've got another room. So you've got another room there, look. And again, you've just got like a little kind of bench, just kind of there, in the window. But again, I don't know what it would have been used for. No idea. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get my bag up so you can see. And then we've got another room here. So again, just another room. So we've got like these 3 rooms at the front, downstairs, and they're not very big, and there's no clues as to what they were used for. But I don't know. Actually, I don't know. And then you've got, this is like the electrical panel. So you've still got the electrical panel there. You can see it on the wall. And then you've got another room through that way. Great big room. But let me just show you something. Have a look at this on the floor. Let me just show you in a minute. So have a look. Can you see that on the floor? Let's just show you what it is. Have a look. You see that? Did you get an idea? Did you see what it was? It's an old-fashioned Wrangler. The old, fashioned like clothes wranglers. Now I remember my nan used to have one of them. But I don't know, it's just there on the floor in pieces. You've got like a piece down by my foot. I'll show you. Piece of metal. And then you've got, I said the old Wrangler. So you've got like the 2 bits of wood, circular bits of wood, and the handle that used to turn. They used to squeeze the water out of the clothes. But it's amazing to think that. I mean, that's older than my nan's. I mean, my nan's used to sit on the side of a washing machine, and she used to do it that way. But that's that's like an original one. An old rusty one, look at it. It's just, wow. That is amazing. Do you want to have a look? Shall I give it another look? So you can see what it looks like. I'm going to put it on the floor. Have a look. See what it is. Look. Look. There. See it? So you can see that it's not a Wrangler. Mad. Okay. So then we go through this way. And you've got like these different rooms that run the outskirt of this. And like I said, I think we're in the courtyard. So if I just quickly show you. So you can see we go round and round and round. So we're kind of in the courtyard area. So that's where we were, in there. So you had like 3 rooms. And yeah, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you down this one. Because so you've got like a little room there. And in here, in this room, you've got a bench. And you've got this thing on the floor. Now I think that was an old, I don't know. See, I thought it was a washing machine. But I don't know, this bit here is like a funnel. You see, look, there's a lid, a blue lid there. And then this obviously pumped, done something, so I don't know what that was, but it's an old machine, whatever it is, it's still here. But look at the ceiling, have a look. Check that out. An old Tudor ceiling still here. And the old window, that's pretty cool. I'm a little bit kind of put off because there's other people here and I've never ever done a live broadcast when there's other people here. So I feel a bit, I feel a little bit put off. It's not that I don't feel relaxed, but I feel a bit, I'm not embarrassed, but I just feel a little bit put off because they're in here as well. I know I shouldn't feel like that, but it's quite nice when you're on your own because you can just kind of, but I'm just consciously aware that they might be listening to me. Anyway, we'll just get on. I'm only looking anyway. So yeah, we've got these like little rooms. Let's walk back through this way. So we come through here. I'll just show you in there, look. It's just like that. Just like another abandoned room. But have a look. Have a look up there, look. See that? Now I'm hoping to take it up there a little bit later. But have a look. Have a look in here. In this room, you've got what I think is a Rayburn, or what's left of an oven. And it's still there. Shine it on it so you can see it. But I think that's an oven. I'm just going to show you what I mean. Have a look. I'll stand on this. There you go. Have a look at that. I think, and you've still got, there's like a grill there on the floor. But look at that. I think that's what that is. Maybe not a Ray-Ban, but so that's what's here anyway. I want to take you upstairs, if I can, just to kind of show you upstairs. Let's have a look, but let me just give you another look, as you can see. But yeah, we lost the signal bit, but it's like an old Ray-Ban or an old oven in there. I'll take some photographs of it, you'll be able to see. But what I want to do is take it upstairs. So this is going to be a tricky bit. So you're going to have to bear with me while we go and take a look upstairs. Right. Okay. So just bear with me a sec. Okay. Okay, so we're now upstairs. Oh. Right, so I'm going to show you. Like I said, there's not many rooms we can look at, but I'll show you. Have a look at that. It's looking all the way to the end of the mansion. Look at it. It's just completely fallen down. And there's obviously another floor. But I just want to show you. I'm not going to go any further. But have a look in there. This would have been one of the bedrooms. Can you see? There, have a look. Have a look in there. As you can see, it's like the old yellow paint. So that's a bedroom window. And that might have been a small cupboard or something in the corner. But yeah. And you can see if you look up, there would have been another floor. So you've had like 2 floors. You have to be really careful. Because this floor is really, really unsafe. Okay, so let's go across into this room. feel a bit better now because we're not quite so close to them. So just give another look so you can see just how far and how big this mansion is. Look at that. But this is another upstairs bedroom. So there's the fireplace and there's the bay window, and that's what's left of the next floor up. So you would have had another floor above this. But look at the architecture. You see that? See it? How the ceiling architecture is still there. A bit of it. It's just amazing to think that that's from 1824. Amazing. So I'm going to take it this way. That's it. Now I have taken lots of photographs up here as well, so don't worry if the signal cuts out again or if I can't show everything. But I've taken photographs all up here and everything. Now, look at that. I don't know if you can see it. Can you just make out those glimmers of red? That's what's left of the original stained glass window. I mean, it's completely missing, but that would have been what's left of an upstairs bathroom stained glass window. And you can just make out the metal frame and the tiny bits of red glass that are left. And that's all that's left of it. That mangled frame. But that's an upstairs bath or toilet. And the bathroom is here. Look, there's the bath on its side. It's such a shame. This incredible mansion is just in absolute just ruins. So that would have been a stained glass, possibly another stained glass window there. It's just gone. But yeah, look. That's what's left of the bathroom, the toilet. That's it. And then we can kind of, I might just pop your head in. Have a look. Do you see? It's got this big empty room. You see it? Yeah. It's like another great big kind of like bedroom. And then if we go across,
On that floor.
I will.
I've just gone through one.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. So what I'll do, we just have a look this way. And I'm being extremely careful. Because like the gentleman said, these floors are really unsafe. So I'm not going to go any further. But that's another bedroom. You see that? It's got two great big windows. And you've got what's left of the ceiling. The architecture you can see. And the light fitting in the middle. But look at that. So you had another floor above this one. And you've got the fireplace. So you've got like, see? So you had another door up there. You had like more bedrooms, but you can see how the ceiling's just totally falling through. This is just mad. Just totally mad. Okay. So there's not really much else I can show you. These are the only intact rooms. So you've got, what, half, one, you've got like 3 rooms, if that, and you've got like the upstairs sort of bathroom toilet, which was through that way, through there. But that's it, the whole rest of this floor throughout the whole of the mansion is completely fallen down, just gone. So it's literally just these 2.5, 3 rooms left. And like I said, there is absolutely no way of getting to the next floor. There's none. It's virtually gone, basically. But yeah. Oh, I'm going to just be so careful up here. I think they might have gone. But yeah. But just to give you a look. But if I show you what I mean about like a courtyard. See it? I just think it's like a courtyard. Okay. I'm now going to climb back down. This is another tricky bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my bag over my shoulder. Just bear with me. You're just going to have to bear with me, folks, while I climb very precariously down. So just bear with me, because we've got to try and climb down that. Okay, just bear with me. Okay, that's it. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is bring you down this way. There we go. Now we've got to slide, well, not slide, but walk down what's left of the stairway. And when we get down, I'll show you what I mean. So we have to do it very carefully, like this. I wouldn't normally do this, but I just wanted to show you upstairs. So at least you have something to look at. Okay, so that's what's left of the stairway. So you have to walk down that and then kind of hop over the top. Okay, so there we go. So that's kind of upstairs. That's all I can show you upstairs. There is absolutely no other rooms I can show you. So we were in kind of there, but like I said, you can't get to the next floor up because there's just, the floor's just gone. That's where the bath is in there. But yeah, it's like there's the courtyard. So you've got, I'll just show you again. You've got these rooms, 1, 2, and then that one goes into the one with the washing machine or whatever it is on the table. There's another room there. That's where the oven is, kind of in there, and that's just another room. But this is like the courtyard, and then you've got those three rooms there. Now, I'm going to show you, I'm not going to take you down there because we'll lose the signal and it's impossible. But I did actually go into the cellar. This mansion has got a cellar to it, and I did go down there earlier today and take some photographs of the cellar. Now, the cellar is massive, it's huge. It's a long tunnel that curves. So if I show you which direction, so it curves that way. And it goes into an open area where there's like little kind of square shelves with numbers on. I've taken a photograph of one of the numbers. That's obviously where they kept wine and ale and stuff like that down there. But it also runs the other way, and it goes, if I'm not mistaken, it runs under all that. This room, it's huge. It runs under there. It's like 2 other great big rooms. But I've taken a photograph or 2 down there, and it's really dark. It's actually quite scary. I've taken some photographs down there, but this has got a cellar, and I'll show you where the cellar is, but I'm not going to take you in it. But believe it or not, that's the cellar down there, or what's left of it. That's the cellar down there. Like I said, I'm not going to take you down. It's just I can't manoeuvre. I just can't do it. So yeah, so that's where the oven is, on the wall there. And like I said, you've just got another room, just a room. But it's an incredible mansion. It's just, like I said, it's in such a bad state. So you've got another, I believe that's a bathroom down there. I've taken a photograph of this. There's a sink left. There's a toilet and a bathroom, or a bath. So I've taken some photographs down there, so that's what's in there. But look, you've just got, look at it. It's just all gone. So yeah, 1, 2 floors. And it's just all gone. And to be honest, that's pretty much it. I can't show you anything else because there is nothing else to show you. I just can't show you anything else. Like I said, it's just, you can see, it's just all gone. I'll take it back. This is where I was talking to the gentleman, but you can see that's where we were. So we were kind of in there. You can see how it's just gone. So, yeah. But that'll just give you an idea of the state of this mansion. So that's kind of it, really. I'm kind of obviously aware that we had a bit of an interruption there. It's probably maybe hasn't been one of the best broadcasts that I've done, based on the fact that I might have got the information at the beginning a little bit mixed up, and we had a bit of a visitor halfway through. but there's nothing really much else I can show you. It's just a great big ruined mansion. But like I said, it's really deceiving because when you see it from outside, it's like, wow. But you come in here and it's just in a really bad way. Really bad way. And like I said, it's just beyond recovery. They can't do anything with this. It's just so unsafe. And it's just a matter of time before they come and either knock it down, or it will just one day just fall apart to the point where there will just be less than what there is. I mean, it's been abandoned for like 30 years or more, so it's understandable in a way, but it's a shame to think that it's a mansion from 1824. And it's been absolute, I have to say, even though there hasn't been much to show you, not a lot for you to see, at least you can say that you've seen inside what's left of a mansion from 1824. But it's been amazing, like with any abandoned place, regardless of how much is left or not. It's been an amazing place to visit. I'm so glad I come here today. I feel, I don't know, I found it fascinating. I have. I've really enjoyed filming here today and taking photographs and showing you around. But I'm just blown away by it. But in a way I'm kind of sad that it's just in the state that it is, but that's what happens, unfortunately. So, how's about I walk back out this way with you, and then we're going to finish the broadcast, because there's nothing else I can... Ooh, got snagged then. Oops. I got snagged. I got snagging. Snagging. That was close, wasn't it? Eh? Just making sure. Oh, that's right. Just making sure I hasn't actually yanked the lead out of my charger. It's not yanked it out. But yeah. So we're back where we started. There we go. So, I'll tell you what. Well, let's just kind of walk out this way, back where we came from, and then we'll finish. Because there's nothing else I can show you apart from what you've already seen. Yeah. So that's it really. Tell you what we'll do, we'll go back out this way. We'll just go back round this way, because obviously I don't want them to see me talking to myself. But there we go. But yeah, it's, like I said, I'm not used to having, I feel a bit better now because I'm kind of there around the front there. I'm not used to having people walking in and, you know, and when you do a live broadcast, obviously you're so focused and concentrated, and it's not embarrassing. I suppose in a way it is, but it's a little bit off-putting when you're trying to be like, you're trying to focus and concentrate, and, you know, I don't mind people talking to me in the middle of a broadcast, I don't mind, but obviously I'm kind of, you know, kind of conscious of the fact that you're just looking at me talking to somebody you can't see. But it's quite nice. It's not very often I actually get to meet other people exploring like me. So it's actually quite nice, and it's always a pleasure and a privilege to meet new people and other people. They're around there anyway, so I might just go and have a quick chat to them in a minute, just see how they're getting on. So that's it for today, guys. Like I said, I'm so sorry if this broadcast hasn't been very good for a number of reasons. One, like I said, because I got the information a bit mixed up at the beginning, so to speak. And there isn't really that much to show you apart from what I showed you. I mean, you were just looking at a lot of ruined stuff, really. And I think it's just starting to rain, so I'm going to finish very, very quickly. But yeah, it's kind of been another kind of, I don't know. Just sorry if this broadcast hasn't been that good, but hopefully you found it interesting. Right, before it rains anymore, I'm going to say goodbye for now. So thank you, as always, for joining me in Influence of the Times as we continue to go in search of Britain's most abandoned and derelict places. And I'm hoping you did find this broadcast interesting. As always, it was a pleasure and a joy to have your company and to have you join me and have a look through this Tudor mansion. And I am so glad I came here today. And I'm just blown away by its size. And I found it really fascinating to walk around the different rooms and photograph it and stuff. So I'm glad I came today. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday, enjoy the rest of your weekend, have a great week, and join me once again as we continue to go in search of Britain's most abandoned and derelict places. The next episode, episode 33, I believe, is coming your way very soon. I'm not going to give you any clues as to where we're going or where. However, don't miss the next episode of Influence of the Times. It will be coming to you very soon, the next week to 2 weeks. Influence, hopefully. And for any reason, if the broadcast doesn't happen, then you'll obviously know that I can't do the broadcast. But if I can, it will be the very first time in the whole series that Influence of the Times will be taking you into one of TV's most famous production sets. And the set is still there. It's not a studio, but it's an actual set. and it's a very famous, well, I say very, I suppose it was, a very famous British TV programme, a children's TV programme. I'm not going to give you any more clues, but don't miss it. It's going to be fascinating. It's going to be a really good broadcast. Nowhere near as big as this place, but the fact that it was actually filmed in and used as a TV series for quite a number of years. So don't miss that broadcast. It will be coming to you very, very soon. It's now really starting to rain, so I'm going to finish there. So from me and the Oakhurst Tudor mansion right here in Derbyshire, thank you for joining me in Influencer Times as we continue to go and search Britain's most abandoned places, and as we continue with Series 2. So until then, God bless, take care. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully you did find this interesting, and it was a pleasure to take you around and show you. Don't miss all the photographs along with the information later today that will be posted on Facebook and on the website. And also this live broadcast will not only be on Facebook, but it will be on the YouTube channel as well. So until then, God bless, take care. Great weekend. Catch up with you very soon, guys. Join me right here live on Facebook for episode 33 to the next abandoned place TV set. Wow, that's going to be cool. So till then, guys, God bless. See you soon. Bye for now.